Flap and Squeak, saving the forest. Once upon a time, in a sun-dappled forest surrounded by rolling hills, there lived an unlikely pair of best friends. Flap, a cheerful little robin with bright red feathers, and Squeak, a curious mouse with big twitchy ears. They had been friends ever since Squeak had rescued Flap from a tangle of thorny vines. Ever since that day, the two were inseparable. Every morning, Flap would soar high above the treetops, calling down news from the sky. The brook is flowing strong today, or a patch of juicy blackberries is ripe near the old oak. Squeak, on the other hand, scurried through the forest floor, sniffing out seeds, mushrooms, and hidden treasures beneath the leaves. Together they knew every corner of the forest, from the sparkling brook to the tallest oak. One afternoon, Flap returned from her usual flight, her feathers ruffled with worry. "Squeak! Squeak! Something's wrong! I saw smoke rising near the edge of the forest." Squeak's ears perked up as he dropped the berry he was nibbling. "Smoke? That's not normal. We need to find out what's going on. Quickly." The duo set off at once, Flap leading the way from above, her sharp eyes scanning the treetops, while Squeak darted through the underbrush, squeezing through tiny spaces only a mouse could navigate. When they reached the edge of the forest, what they saw made their hearts sink. A group of humans was there, cutting down trees with loud, buzzing machines. The earth trembled as massive trunks hit the ground, leaving the forest bare and scarred. Smoke curled into the sky from a campfire where the humans sat, sharpening their tools for more work. "They're destroying our home," Flap cried, fluttering in distress. "What can we do? We're just a bird and a mouse," Squeak squeaked nervously. He glanced at the tall, roaring machines. But as he watched the devastation, his whiskers twitched with determination. "Wait a minute. We might be small, but we're clever. If we work together, we can stop them." Flap's wings perked up. "You're right, but we'll need help." That night, under the silvery glow of the moon, Flap and Squeak called a meeting deep in the heart of the forest. Animals of all kinds came: squirrels, rabbits, foxes, deer, and even a sleepy old owl named Hoot. "We need everyone's help to save the forest," Squeak explained, standing tall on a tree stump. "The humans are cutting down the trees, and if we don't act fast, there will be nothing left for any of us. But if we work together, we can outsmart them." The animals listened carefully, their eyes glinting with determination. Flap flapped her wings to get their attention. "Tomorrow, we'll show the humans that this forest belongs to everyone." The next morning, the humans returned with their machines, but the animals were ready. As soon as the humans started their work, the squirrels sprang into action, darting through the treetops and dropping acorns onto the machines. The rabbits dug holes and tunnels across the clearing, causing the humans to trip and stumble. Flap and her bird friends created a whirlwind of feathers, swooping and diving around the humans' heads, making it impossible for them to focus. "Shoo! Get away!" the humans shouted, swatting at the birds. Meanwhile, Squeak led a team of mice into the humans' camp. They chewed through ropes, nibbled on wires, and scattered supplies everywhere. By the time they were done, the humans' machines wouldn't start, and their tools were a tangled mess. The humans scratched their heads in frustration. "This forest is too wild," one of them grumbled. "Let's pack up and find another spot." As the humans loaded their broken machines and tools into their trucks and rumbled away, the animals cheered. The forest was safe. Flap circled above, calling out, "We did it! We saved our home!" Squeak, standing proudly on a rock, nodded. "We may be small, but when we work together, we can do big things." From that day on, the forest was protected not just by trees and rivers, but by all the animals who called it home. Flap and Squeak continued their adventures, always looking out for their forest and their friends. And if you ever walk through a forest and hear the rustle of leaves or the flutter of wings, you just might be hearing the whispers of Flap and Squeak, reminding everyone that even the smallest creatures can make a big difference. The end.